What's good, people? You're about to watch another clip from the Uncommon Sense podcast. I'm editing it right now, actually. This is a conversation we had with JC, or Josh, and I think a really amazing part of this journey is the fact that me and Mike are having the opportunity to just connect with all these cool and great people and have these conversations that maybe we wouldn't normally have. We're kind of learning something about ourselves, learning something about other people, about the world, each step of the way. And it does sound silly, but we're just on a journey and we're enjoying it. So if you are enjoying the content as much as we're enjoying making it, we're happy to have you on board, and do get involved with the discussion. Tell us what you think, share your opinions. This clip you're about to watch is a serious one. It's a challenging topic because we're all about having the conversations that people don't want to have. So we touch upon like gender dynamics, equal rights, feminism, relationships. I think a topic that's really brewing and it's really heavy at the moment. And, maybe we have some unpopular opinions, but if you do disagree with them, if you do agree with them, let us know. We're all about we're all about free speech and just hearing what people have to say. So like I said, if you are enjoying the pod, we're happy to have you on board. Without further ado.
But this is why even when you say women are crushing it, because we built an environment where.
Oh yeah.
And again, to be honest with you, the sum up of all of this, I kind of do blame men still, right?
Oh yeah.
Because there's a part that they play where whatever is happening is we are allowing it to happen.
Oh yeah.
But in the sense of what's happening is we have created an environment where most women have never felt the sort of things that a man would feel, in the sense of, if you fall, there's nobody that's coming to save you, right? I don't think women don't feel that, because again, we always live in a place where you are protected. You lot go first. When you look at Titanic, it's the men and women first. When you look at the council and stuff here, it's they look after the women and the children first. Absolutely. And then they care about the men.
Shout out Titanic. I was literally watching it 2 days ago. You're 100% right. It's like, if you look around,
as a man, you have no safety net.
Homeless people are basically mostly men, right? It's like 80-90% of
high percentage, yeah.
Because, well, a girl can partner up her way out of homelessness. A guy
or rely on the government. Like the government. Well, I know in the there's a guy called, I don't know if people watch the guy Kevin Samuels. He's kind of a viral thing right now, because he's sort of he's sort of taken that sort of stance where Kevin it's like Samuels. He's taken that stance. He got viral for telling some girl, or a lot of women call up on his show and saying they're asking. Yeah, he's like, she believes she's a this and she's a four. But that also leads into a conversation of, again, one of the reasons why a lot of women aren't moved the way they move is based off of what advertising has done, where advertisement has really made everybody believe like you can have it all and it don't matter this and it don't matter that, you can have it all. So that's what's happening. But in the sense of like it's they can rely on the government. Women can. It's, for example, one of the things that he says is, even the role of a man, a lot of it has been replaced by the government. So, for example, if a woman's in a relationship with a guy, if somebody breaks into your house and is you can call 911 and you expect a man to show up. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't need a boyfriend. You can call 911 and a man will show up. If your house is on fire, you call the fire department, a man shows up. Do you know what I'm saying? When you go low on money and stuff, you go talk to the council and they will take care of, do you know what I'm saying, of everything, and make sure you are housed and you can look after your thing, because they would just put women before men.
You know what? Even like the phrase "you work for the man," or aka the boss. Nowadays, of course, women are serving another guy like maybe 70% of their time awake at work, probably serving another man, realistically. How's she gonna come home and want to listen to you and respect you? It's another.
Look, out of all the firms that I've worked for, corporate or SME or whatever, they're all owned by men. Like,
Yeah.
accident, I don't know, but they are. So,
and even now, same thing. Like a lot of the like the world is still ran by men. Even when people talk about like most, and this is the thing as well, where I think a lot of people are same thing. A lot of these women, they're not even really women. It's women and men as well. Where the nowadays they're very everybody's so privileged. We have no idea what it's like to be in war. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, we have no idea what it's like to have bombs dropping from the sky, to where I think the pandemic was one of the first things that really kind of showed all these women who were like, I don't need a man to do what it really is. Because this is the first time that you had to really go out to these supermarkets and fight for some toilet roll. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't send your man out there to get it for you. Like, you had to physically go out there and get it and fight for it. You
Doris ain't coming home with the toilet paper, mate. She's getting sparked.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna have to square up in the supermarket to get your toilet roll or to get a bottle of water. So this is like the closest where it's got to where they really like feel even just a glimpse of what men have to feel. We've been thrown out into the real world for so long. And then it's like, even when when we were at war, it's just, again, it's not to say that we were evil, but this is why it leads to why I think men are reacting the way they act to, because men are in a position now where we are completely demonized, like completely. Just everything about you being a man in general is looked down upon. Like, you can't, if we get frustrated and we want to scream, and that's what lets our frustration out, that's looked down upon. You're being aggressive. You're being da da da. If you're a man and you're a very highly sexual creature, this is what I always tell women. I don't know if I can say the word, but they just don't know what it's like to live with a penis. Like, you don't know what it's like to live with a penis. So at the same time, it's like, yeah, we're just so demonized, man. We're so demonized on everything that we do. 100. And everything that we say is taken as an insult.
That's a great topic to touch on.
Misogynistic.
Like, it's gone. I think it's gone past the point now of equality. You know, you've got your equal pay. You've got everything. You've got all the equality you want it. But yet there's still some times where they feel like they can choose when to be equal or not. Like, just keeping it basic. If a woman hits me, personally, I'm not going to hit them back. But should I be able to? Absolutely. Because if you want to hit me, then I should be able to defend myself or anything like. It just shouldn't be the case that you have to choose. You shouldn't choose. You don't choose the equality. You don't choose when you can and can't have it. You fucking take it as it comes, mate. You want the equality there. There's your equality. Now you're getting sparked out by Mike Tyson. Like, fucking, you're taking it. All right. Or
the same thing. If an attractive girl gets in the club for free, she don't come back outside and ask the bouncer, no, I think I should pay, because the less attractive girl is gonna have to pay. But that's just the less. There's no equality in that. But they're cool with that, as long as it's something that goes along with what they benefit from it. They're cool from it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is just this is a thing of I think of same thing, the bullied becoming the bully, and then even a lot to do with advertising, where stories and stuff has been twisted to sort of, again, just make men look so just evil. But at the same time, there's loads of women who talking about I don't need a man, and you live in everything that's around you is built by a man. Like, even a lot of girls on social media talking about I don't need the phone that you're holding is built by a man. Like, the social media company that you're posting on is built by men. Like, so at the same time, you're living in a world that's built by them. You've been protected by them.
I don't need a man. Meanwhile, men are funding her life through OnlyFans.
Your life. So it's
if we're stripping it back to basics.
That's where it comes from. Look, so many men are just willing to worship, right? So why would a woman need one man when she can have them all?
So that's where the issue comes from, where I start to look towards men, because but it's a process that's happening. But I think the problem will arise more, because what's going to happen is we're looked upon as like if you're an older generation, you're looked upon to be like, you guys need to step up and teach the younger generation how to be as men in general, which is what we are doing and which is what's happening. But what's not happening from the women's side is the older women are not coming forward and teaching younger women, or kind of guiding younger women on how to be. But again, any information or anything that's coming from a man's mouth is deemed insulting. So where we can't even tell them what they're doing wrong, or what they're not doing, or even try to advise them on what you can do, because they don't want to hear it from a man. And even speaking from, like, especially in the black community, coming from a black man, no, they don't want to hear it. Do you know what I'm saying? The reason why this Kevin Samuel guy is even going viral, because everybody's kind of like, again, they will always go to, it's the way that you're saying it, or you're sounding rude, or you're saying it rude. But he makes a point where it's, but we watch Gordon Ramsay, and Gordon Ramsay goes to people's kitchen and tell them that they're shit and they can't do nothing, and you smell and you do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And we praise him. Do you know what I'm saying? People go on, is it Britain's Got Talent? And Simon Cowell will sit on the bench and go, "You suck. Like, why are you on the stage? Remove yourself." And we celebrate him. But when a person comes along and goes, "Yo, like, women, like, you guys are not, you're a bit," or even in some sense, you hold your value too high. You're not a 10. We wouldn't put you. We're kind of just like, come back to reality. You're not a 10. You're a 4. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just deemed as, you can never tell a woman this, or da, da, da. It's just weird. It's but we can't say nothing. So that's why I think a lot of guys are, what's happening with men is what's happening with men, because we are very demonized. And there's a lot of young boys who all we can do is kind of go off of what's happening, or all they can do is kind of go off of what's happening. So they
flip the scripts as well, right? Like you're saying about, like, if you were to tell a woman she's not a 10, she's a 4. Now, if a woman does that to a man, it's like, oh yeah, well, she's got standards, it's okay, it's her choice and that kind of thing. But then if you've got the standards and you go and express those, it's like, how could you say that? You're destroying her self-confidence, blah, blah, blah. Like, well, hold on a second. What about my self-confidence? What about my feelings? It's like, just because I'm a man doesn't mean I'm fucking like you. Now, you could be like the biggest guy in the room, looking like you're some scary cunt, but like, really, at the end of the day, that guy, he's feeling some kind of way as well. He's got his feelings, he's got his confidence, he's probably got demons. Like, you never know what a man is going through. But a lot of men don't express these things, and that's the problem, is they feel like they can't because of them kind of women that are like that. So
yeah, but the funny thing is, it's in some sense you can't, because what men have sort of realized is that no one is coming to save us, so we have to save ourselves. So even if I express how I feel and stuff, it's like, okay, I express how I feel, but at the end of the day, no one cares. Like, because I'm a man, I have to pick myself up. I have to be the one to go, all right, cool, let's get past this, let's get up and go. Because again, unlike women, no one's coming to hold us or give us a safety net to make us feel better. The same way, again, if even again, I know Lizzo is a big thing with Lizzo, and she kind of pushes the love yourself no matter how big you are, the love yourself stuff, blah blah. There's a level of pushing that, and again, every other woman would go, yes, queen, you're amazing, like, do that, blah blah. Where the contradictions come in is like, Lizzo would say all of this stuff, but funnily enough, she's not trying to get with a man who's overweight. Do you get what I'm saying? She's not chasing, she's trying to get with Captain America. Do you know what I'm saying? She's hollering at all the fit men, Brad Pitt and all of that. She's not trying to get with an overweight guy. And also, even when it comes to women, when a man says something like, yo, you know what, it's unattractive, I don't really like a woman that weight or whatever, they'll turn to you and go, oh, how are you fat shaming her and your brother? But if those same women had a conflict with Lizzo, they would say the same thing. How dare you speak to me? You're overweight and do you get what I'm saying? But everybody just has this thing of sugarcoating for women. It's just that women would sugarcoat other women and just continue to lie to each other. And nobody wants to really be truthful, because the truth is looked as being harsh.
I saw one prime example of that. That fucking infuriated me, mate, the other day on TikTok. I couldn't believe it. Well, I couldn't believe it. It's just it angered me that. No, but it was one of them ones where I saw. So there was a video of some guy. He was pretty skinny. He's it was a bit cringy, to be fair, but whether it's cringe or not, none of my business. Anyway, he was dancing or singing to a song, trying to make himself look good, And then all the girls in the comments roasting the shit out of him. Like I couldn't help but laugh, but it was deep. Like this guy was getting laid into, tagging their mates. Look at this melt eyes, skinny guy. But then I scrolled to another video, bang, and it's some bird, and she's massive, and she's like doing the same exact thing, lip syncing to a song, trying to make herself look pretty. And then all the girls in the comments, oh my god, you're so beautiful. I'm sitting there thinking, both these videos are fucking shocking. They need to be deleted. But why? Look at the differences. Like, it's just not. It just fucks me right off, man. Why they should be allowed to do that? Like, no one says shit about it.
No one says nothing about it. But this is my kind of sort of epiphany, right? And it might be weird. And the thing about this is, and I think with men is, in all these situations, like I always say to you, Daniel, it's somebody has to choose the path of being Jesus, right? Where it's in the sense of, you're going to get crucified for what you're saying, and you have to sacrifice yourself for the greater good, right? Whoever is brave enough to do that is brave enough to do that. I don't think I'm fully brave enough to do that, but at the same time, I can't just sit back and not say nothing.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying.
You're getting there. You're getting crucified.
It's so deep. But this is my sum up of it, right? It's because, again, back in the day, everybody has pros and cons. Back in the day, again, when men sort of ruled everything was very physical and very savage, and because this is who we are, this is how we are. Obviously, when it gets out of hand, it becomes crazy, right? So when the tables turn, what's happening is, it's like brains against brawn. In some sense, we are getting to an age of where women are, yes, they're crushing it, because we have now left a super physical world behind, and everything is mental, right? So again, how do you take down a beast? Is not through strength, because if he's stronger than you, it's brains against brawns. So everything now is mental and emotional. I call it abuse at this point, because the same thing, what a lot of women do through mental abuse is, again, I have to walk on eggshells because I don't want to hurt your feelings.